Hi guys. So my name's Allison and this is Bella. I'm dog sitting. And I wanted to talk to you today about a book I've been reading. It's called The Hidden Messages of Water. And it's by Dr. Masaru Emoto. It's so good. So this is a concept that I've been using in my life personally for years now. But I haven't read his book. So this book is so informational. Um, the idea, let me just read the back for you because it's literally changed my life, and I just feel like I should be sharing this. I used to be a substitute teacher, and this is the one thing I would tell every single class is about this concept because it literally changed my life. I'd try and talk to them about nutrition or clean water, stuff like that. And that was hit or miss. Some of them really cared, but this is a concept that I would tell every single student about, that I could just like anyone I was around, every class, because it literally, I think it's so powerful and really has changed my life. So, The Hidden Messages in Water introduces the revolutionary work of internationally renowned Japanese scientist Masaru Emoto, who has discovered the molecules of water are affected by our thoughts, words, and feelings. Since humans and the earth are composed mostly of water, his message is one of personal health, global environmental renewal, and a practical plan for peace that starts with each one of us. Okay, so the concept is this Japanese artist, scientist, he was talking to water and he would label the water. And he would say happy things like gratitude, um, love, words that are positive to some of the water, and he would label it. And then some of the water he would say negative things to, like I hate you or evil things to the water, and he would label it. And then he would freeze the water and he would take these pictures of the water, and the molecules, how they froze. And it's just such an interesting concept. And so the molecules of water that he was saying nice things to froze in like beautiful patterns, like snowflakes, and they would crystallize in like really beautiful, symmetrical patterns. And then the water that he was being negative to grew in these like terrible, ugly, disformed formations of crystals. And I just think that's so important. It makes sense too because they always have that old saying like, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. And I just, even as a kid, I never thought that was true because physical pain you actually get over kind of quickly, like certain things you have to heal. But words are some of the things that like you think about forever, potentially like kind of stick with you. If somebody's mean to you or somebody says harsh things to you, they really, um, it takes longer to heal from. So that always made sense to me, to be kind with words, but I never thought about using it for water. And so he has this concept. He was working with water, and he says that since we are mostly water, that if you speak to your water, you're programming it. And when you drink it, it goes into your body, and it's either in these beautiful, like beautiful symmetrical crystals, or it's in these horrible, disfigured structures. Okay, so you want beautiful structured water. And there's a lot of people that talk about this. There's another scientist that works with plants, and says that if you talk to plants, they grow better and stuff. So that really makes sense to me. I've worked with kids a lot, and it's just really obvious that they thrive on, positive words. We all do, but it's very obvious when you talk to kids that, they really thrive on kindness and being positive with your words. And I really think that words are powerful. You're always kind of brainwashing yourself. I've worked a lot with Reiki. I've taken a lot of Reiki classes. I'm a Reiki master, and that's like the first thought and concept of Reiki is that your subconscious mind is always listening to you. And so you might think it's a joke. You might think that you're just like being silly when you say things that are, like disparaging about yourself, even if it's like to your friends, and or if you're watching things that are kind of negative, or like reality TV that's like just kind of very negative. You might think that your brain's not like picking it up because consciously you're aware that it's negative or that it's a joke, but your subconscious mind is picking up literally everything and it doesn't understand that you're joking. So it's so important to be kind to yourself. And this is just like a whole nother layer of like positive self-talk, is talking to your water. So if you want to know more about this book, because I've been saying this and like I literally got my whole family to talk to their water. So before we have a meal or something, I say, thank you for healing us, to the water. And just kind of like to the food. It's in like a lot of cultures and religions too, to bless your food before you eat it. So I don't think that's a new concept. I've always thought that that makes sense, to show some kind of gratitude and bless the food. Like, before you consume it. It makes me feel good, and I think it really does like put an intention to your food. So yeah, but hearing about this concept, I never thought about like specifically talking to the water before you drink it in order to help heal yourself. So the thing my family and I say is, thank you for healing us. Thank you for healing me, to the water and like to the food before you eat it. Because I think gratitude is a very high frequency emotion. And so thanking the water for healing you, it's like programming a computer. You talk to your water, you talk to your food, and I even speak to my body before I go to sleep. And I'll say, thank you for healing me while I'm sleeping. And your body's like a computer. It's like it's just idling all night if you don't give it something to do. Especially if you don't eat like a huge meal right before you go to sleep, your body is just healing all night. That's what it does. So I like to program it and just say like, thank you for healing me before I go to sleep. And I think it just, honestly, it works wonders. I feel very strongly about this concept. I think the Japanese culture is very emotionally intelligent and aware of health. Okinawa is an island in Japan that has like the best water in the world, or top 3 maybe, but it's also a blue zone where they have a high number of people that are living over 100 years old. So I love hearing health stuff like this. I'm big into holistic health and Reiki, and I just think this is so cool. So I'm going to link this book because even though I knew this concept, it was mostly from online, doing my own research. And this book is just so in depth, and they have beautiful pictures in here too, showing like the different forms of water. And I'll link some of the research at the end of this video just so you can see too what he found, because he was freezing the water and like seeing these crystal structures forming. And I just think that's so cool. And you can do this experiment too. I mean, they explain how to do it. So I just really believe that. I think the power of your words are so important. And I could just talk about this all day. So I think it's really cool. If you have any questions about it, or if you've read this book, or if you like holistic information, or you have other thoughts on this, I love having these conversations. I learned so much through all these awesome conversations with people online. So I appreciate you, and yeah, love you. Bye.